lost a child too. What kind of person thinks that is helpful?
I want you to get a physical.
I am fit as a racehorse.
Bob's told us not to talk.
Whatever it is, Bob doesn't want us to find out.
Daddy's counting on you.
Does it ever occur to you that I have a plan?
Grace, you and me, I want us to be a family.
We're done. There is no going back.
There's another will.
I'm losing my church. I couldn't take losing my house, too.
I'd always promised this day would come.
There's a woman out there who wants me dead.
Alright, Greenleaf fans, well, this is my first official episode review for Season 5, the final season. Now, this is going to be for Episode 2, the second day, airing June 30th on OWN at 9 p.m., directly after the If Loving You Is Wrong, Oh So Right reunion. Now, before going any further, make sure you take a moment to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and also to everyone listening, please make sure you hit the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. And links to all my various forms of social media, they're going to be in the description box below. Now, the synopsis is, Bishop and Lady Mae take a walk through their history when they visit Mavis's club as a potential venue. Of course, this is a nod to what Bishop was telling Mae in the last episode about them starting a new church. And then the second half of the synopsis, Jacob uncovers a shocking revelation about the history of the Greenleaf family home. Obviously, this has to do with the will and the fact he's been doing more digging. Now, in terms of the trailer itself, it starts off with Charity talking with Grace. I lost a child too. And then Grace snaps back, what kind of person thinks that is helpful? And yeah, based on the backgrounds and where they're sitting, I'm assuming they're in the same room after AJ gets taken to the hospital. Now, I lost a child too. Is that a nod to AJ being dead and Charity saying that to try to comfort Grace, like, hey, I lost a child too, and you know, we can both relate in that way? So I don't know. But later on in the trailer, we see Grace going to the hospital, and then Noah comes up to her and says he wants them all to be a family. So I'm guessing this is in relation to Noah, Grace, and AJ, you know, being together. Now, I don't know if that necessarily means him and Grace getting together officially, but just them together as a family. Because remember, AJ didn't even know, Noah didn't even know AJ existed. You have Mae telling Bishop that she wants him to get a physical, but he's like, I'm as fit as a racehorse. He doesn't want to hear that. And we see this man talking with Grace saying, Bob told us not to talk. I forgot this guy's name, but I do remember him from last season. Grace went to talk with him before because I believe that H&H was pretty much trying to strong arm him for his church to come together with Calvary. Now, this is when Grace was still, you know, was she head pastor or AP? I forgot. I know, well, yeah, I think she was head pastor. But basically, Bob wanted the white church and Calvary, the black church, to merge. And, you know, I think that's when Grace did the Rise Up sermon, and he was there in the pulpit as well. So I believe that at this point, Bob probably contacted him again saying that, hey, don't you talk to anybody, especially the Greenleaf. So probably a dead end for Grace. We go over to Judy and Phil, and Judy saying that Daddy's counting on you, most likely in regards to, you know, how he runs the church and moving, you know, Calvary to the next stage of H&H development. Charity looks like she's yelling at her parents saying, did it ever occur to you that I have a plan? To be fair, Charity, you don't have the best track record with plans. Every plan you have is incredibly selfish, and at the detriment of your family. So at what part, I mean, literally at the stage you're in with H&H literally taking over Calvary, what is it exactly that you believe you can do? Because remember, back at the end of episode 1 of season 4, her biggest thing was proving to the family, like, I have a role to play too, and I'm going to be the one who's going to be preaching at the church. So is she thinking her role now is to save the church? But she played a major factor in the Greenleafs losing the church to H&H when she pretty much undermined Grace behind her back and gave that dirt to Phil. So, I mean, literally, Charity is pretty expendable at the end of the day. It's like she says in the season trailer where she's all like, oh, you think you could run this place without a Greenleaf? I'm the key. And I'm like, I don't know, Charity. I really don't think so. All right. And not to mention, you know, especially looking at her outburst in the board meeting in the last episode, I think that just was a cringy moment for everyone involved. Not to mention that really just showed a disjointed unity between the one Greenleaf who remains and H&H, which is a stark contrast to what Phil was saying in regard to we need to present a united front. So Phil's probably going to tell that outburst to, you know, Judy and Bob, and seeing how reckless Charity is, they'll probably let her go. I could definitely see that happening. That's just my opinion. All right, so then we go over to the will part of the trailer where Carissa and Jacob are talking, and she's like, we're done. Jacob's talking to Bishop, and then May comes over saying, somebody says there's another will, and then May's like, I lost the church, but I can't handle losing my home too, my house too. Excuse me. And I believe it's Tara James who's saying God always promised this day would come, and then the trailer ends dramatically with Bishop going, there's a woman out there who wants me dead. So yeah, it seems like where there's a will, there's a way, and we're going to be prepped up for the second day come next Tuesday on. So with that being said, yeah, back in the saddle. That was my trailer breakdown. So let me know what part of the trailer you're most interested in seeing next week. Do you think AJ is still alive? Do you think Charity really does have a plan, or is she just delusional? And how far into this will research do you think Jacob is going to go? And by doing so, well, actually the synopsis does say Jacob uncovers a shocking revelation about the history of the Greenleaf home. So yeah, things are not looking good, which only means the next 7 episodes can only be that much better. So make sure that if you leave your comments below, engage in the conversation with others, because I love reading through the comments from time to time, especially those who come up with great theories that even I didn't think of. But also, if you would like to donate to the channel, which is not mandatory, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App, or join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month.